Well, I was in India with my guru, named Karoli Baba. And all the other Westerners had gotten Indian names. And he was calling me driver because he had taken Ram Dass's keys away, the keys to Ram Dass's car, and given them to me and said, "You drive. Ram Dass has to take the bus." So I was driving this Volkswagen bus around filled with all these crazy maniacs every day. And he'd look at me and go, "Driver, ah," you know. So I got used to driver, and I thought, okay, well, I guess that's my name. I remember that morning in my diary, I wrote, well, I guess it'll always be driver. I couldn't quite understand why all these other people had names like this and that, you know. Rameshwar Das, Raghvendra Das, this one, Shanti, all these names, and I got driver. That day I got to the temple, and I was called into Maharaji's room, and he looks at me and goes, "Arjuna, nay, Krishna, nay, Krishna Das." And I said, "Krishna Das?" Because he's a Hanuman. We're like the Hanuman family, the monkey family, you know, and part of Ram's lineage and Hanuman. And this is all this Indian stuff. But anyway, it's a particular kind of lineage. And Krishna lineage is very different. So when he named me Krishna Das, I went, "Krishna Das?" And he goes, and he laughed, "Ah, yeah." He said, "Don't worry, Hanuman served Krishna too." So it means servant of God, essentially. Das means servant, D-A-S. Hanuman is the embodiment of perfect service, you know. Not just ego-y service, but real service is the service of that God within, you know. And in the sense that he's that energy that removes obstacles from our path. He's that strength that helps us inside, that helps us overcome the obstacles we have to being happy. And he's also what they call a jnani, which is a fully enlightened being, someone who knows the truth. This is Hanuman. Also, he's an embodiment of compassion, so he can't bear to see anybody suffering. So his first motive is to help people. Not just people, but help that who they really are come out from inside. I mean, he doesn't necessarily want to help you become more prideful or that kind of stuff, but what he wants to help us become more loving and closer to our own hearts. This is what the great beings do, you know, and they do it whether we're paying attention or not, because that's what they say, that's what this world is about, you know. When Maharaja gave me my name, what he was doing was sealing me, you know, in a particular identity, giving me an identity that was not only helpful for myself, but helpful for others as well. Because from where he's coming from, there's only one of us. So if somebody's suffering, we're actually suffering as well. Our awareness is so dull that we can't see that. But they say that our true nature is, everybody's true nature is exactly the same as everybody else's true nature. You either call it Buddha nature, or you call it the Atman, or the self, or pure awareness. You know, what's looking out of my eyes is exactly the same as what's looking out of your eyes. But on the level of thought and concepts, I think I'm different than you. So I act and live and create karmas as if I am different than you. And those karmas continue to keep me separate and isolated. So a servant of God is someone who, at the same time they're trying to cure their own separateness, they're also including everybody else's separateness in there as well.